Okay, everybody, this is Paula, and I'm showing y'all how to do pig feet from the beginning, okay? What I did was I washed my pig feet off, okay? I cut up green onions, parsley, and I'm about to put some garlic in there, okay? You always use garlic when you're cooking with pork, okay? All right? And a lot of people was asking me, well, Miss Paula, how do you get that 40-way gravy? And I told them, just like you smother your steak and your chicken and your pork chops or whatever you have, you do your same thing with pig feet, except that you have to cook the pig feet a little bit longer because you know they're really tough. So this is how I start them off, okay? I start them off boiling, but I make sure that I put a whole lot of seasoning in the water, because if you just boil them without any seasoning, they're going to be bland no matter what kind of seasoning you try to put on them later on. You need to boil them in the seasoning, okay? So what I do is, come see to it, is I use my Tony Sachets. Y'all know that. That's my Creole seasoning, okay? It has everything in it. All right. And I also use my garlic powder. Can you open the garlic powder for me? And the onion powder? And what I do is, y'all see I got a heaping helping of that Tony Sachets in there, right? A good old helping, all right? And then I put some onion powder. Y'all see that? You have to flavor that water, okay? If you don't flavor your water is what end up being your gravy. If it's not flavored, I don't care what you got in it. If it's shrimp or whatever kind of food you cooking, if you don't flavor it, it's gonna be just a bland plate of nothing. Okay? And who wants a bland plate of nothing? All right? So then what I'm going to do is, y'all see how I got the green onions and the parsley and all of that in there? Let me show y'all what else I got going on. Okay? Now, y'all know I'm working with one hand. I got some minced garlic. Okay? That minced garlic is already chopped up and ready to go. I use so much, so what I did, I started just buying it. Sometimes I use the fresh, but a lot of times now I'm using the minced because I'm cooking constantly. Okay? And so it's just a little bit easy for me to do it like that. So y'all see how I'm doing? I'm putting some good old heaping helpings in there. Y'all see that? Yes, that's what I'm doing. So we got that garlic on in there, because anytime you're cooking with pork, you need to use plenty of garlic, okay? All right. Some people use vinegar. I choose not to use vinegar because I don't like the vinegar taste. I like the more natural taste. So what I do is I use the garlic to kind of kill it, okay? And then over here, I'm showing y'all how I do my red beans from scratch. You do the exact same things. A lot of people add water to their beans. No, 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 no. Don't add water to your beans. Let me tell you why. Because every time you add that water to your beans, all you're doing is taking away your flavor of your beans. You're just taking the flavor away the more water you add. So the same water you start off with your beans is the same water you're supposed to end with. Okay? You let that come to a boil. You put your green onions, your onions. I use a little bit of garlic, okay? And then what I do is I have my onions and everything already chopped up. So what I'm going to do, and I have the Tony Sachets, the garlic powder, everything you saw me put in the pig feet, you see me put in these red beans. So what I'm doing is I'm adding some of the onions in there, okay? And don't worry about the size of the onions. Some people say, oh, those onions are too big. When that stuff cooked down after 2-3 hours, all of that is going to be mushed up, and you're not going to even know that it's there, okay? And then I just add the onions. And in the beginning, I got some sausages, because this is going to be red beans and sausage. So I got some beautiful beef smoked sausage that's homemade from my favorite store, service food store in Beaumont, Texas. And I'm just going to add them in there. And you add them in the beginning because you want that smoke flavor to cook down with those beans, so it can have the beautiful taste also. So in order for you not to add water to the beans, you let those beans start boiling. And when they start boiling, you put them down to a medium. And then you put the top on it with a little crack for the steam to come out, okay? Then you let that do it about an hour that way. Then after that hour, you lower them down and you put the top on it all the way. And you're going to let those beans cook for like another hour until they get all the way tender. And then almost half of that water is going to be gone by then. And when all that water is gone, then you pick that flame up and you let it boil for about maybe 15 minutes until that gravy thickens. And you're done. You do not have to add water when you're cooking beans. You keep your same flavor and you let it roll. So with these pig feet, guys, I'm going to let these pig feet boil for about 2 hours. okay, until they get tender. And I'm not going to have them on a roaring boil. I'm going to put them on medium, and I'm going to crack that top, and I'm just going to let them go for 2 hours. By the time that happens, half of this water is going to be gone. With half of that water gone, that's when I'm going to put my homemade roux in there. Okay, I'm going to put my homemade roux in there. That's going to thicken it up, and I'm going to let it go like another hour on low. And that's when you're going to see that beautiful brown gravy. And that's how you do the pig feet. It's just as simple as that, okay? All right. So I'm going to show y'all later on how that pig feet is going to turn out. But you make sure you can use your vinegar, some people, but I prefer my minced garlic. And that's the way you do your pig feet, baby. All right, guys.